Welcome to another episode of Go Team Score Points, a podcast for those who want to distract themselves from the news for 30 to 45 minutes and learn about the NBA instead. Each episode focuses on one NBA game from that week. And NBA beginner Irish, that's me, and longtime NBA fan Sam.
That's me.
Learn more about the NBA games, people, and current events. In today's show, we talk about the Nuggets Celtics game and get some reviews, and we play a game. It's our best episode yet.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so reviews?
Reviews. Well, I thought it was really cool that we got like an anonymous review. This is a person we don't know.
Well, it's not anonymous.
Oh, right.
It's like we don't know this this person doesn't have our WhatsApp phone number.
This is our first interaction with someone who we don't know.
Right.
His username is at jwill6969.
Hot.
Well done. I was talking about, this is the episode where I was talking about Jimmy Butler and how maybe he's been miscast as a difficult dude. And jwill6969, sorry, I don't have your full comment here. It's a screenshot that Irish sent to me, but he said, I agree. I never saw Jimmy as a diva. Dude just wants to get paid what he's worth. The Bulls let him go. The Timberwolves didn't want to pay him, even though he was probably the best or second best. And that's where the screenshot was. Was this on our YouTube page? Oh, I thought it was an Instagram thing.
No, this is on our YouTube because it was from a YouTube short. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one got a lot of views and a comment.
Great. Well, thanks, J. Will. I love it. At 6'9". How do we know which one I'm talking about? Not 6'9", 6'8". Appreciate the comment. And then Aaron. Also, I chatted with Aaron this week, and he appreciated the shout out on the Cones of Dunshire reference, and also said that he just thought the episode was good, but then he couldn't remember which episode it was.
Because they're all good?
Because they're all good. It's hard to...
It was your best episode yet.
Yeah. Which at the time it probably was.
I'm going to come find Aaron, because I've never met him.
Yeah, you should. He's awesome. Did you get any reviews?
Kind of. Kylie said she still loves it.
Oh, good.
Kylie, we got to have you back on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I was texting with her from the airport the other night at 2 a.m, and she was at the Raptors game watching the Celtics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. The Raptors have done a couple things. She should come back.
Okay, let's get her back.
Yeah. Kylie, come back. Invitation. Come hang out with us for a little bit, and we'll hear your thoughts.
Yep, and she got 2 kittens. So now that we're on video, we can get some kitten footage.
That also Ruby
yes, you should.
Commented and said, whoever printed those cards for that game must have been a really caring and kind person. Which I agree, they are.
Yep.
So thank you, Ruby. Are we on my mom's email? Is there anything else?
Yeah, that's where we're up to. We're up to your mom's email.
Already. My mom said, hi, boy. Boy is actually my nickname in our family.
Really? Yeah,
my first nephew couldn't say Sam.
And he called you boy?
Called me boy. So Uncle Boy, that's like a real thing.
So cute.
Yeah. Mom said, I really enjoyed hearing Hannah, especially about Wemby. I always have great admiration for the players who have and pursue other interests. Keep reading before games, Wemby. My mom, just like us, pro reading.
Taking a stand.
Yeah. We are for reading. She said, I think Grant Williams, who maybe plays for the Hornets now, but did play for the Celtics for a while, plays classical piano. And of course, my guy, Jaylen Brown, and all his other interests and accomplishments. Hannah's remark about offensive fouls being nixed was a really interesting concept I had never before heard voiced. I have to think about it. I didn't love that take. I think there's like a real... Maybe she's thinking more broadly than I am, but like there's like a art to help defense, to basically like help defense is the idea of helping to defend a player that you're not primarily responsible for.
Right.
You must know this is in August games. They're kind of watching the person with the ball and the person they're guarding. Maybe you don't. Whatever.
Notice.
Anyway, and help defense, like a big part of help defense is when the guy who's guarding the ball gets beat, you like slide over to help. And sliding over to help is a place where a lot of charges are taken. So because like you get there early enough and you see the play coming. So it feels to me like there's a little bit of an art to it. But I'm open to it. I apparently like to disagree with Hannah. Anyway. How nice that Luka looked happy during the entire Lakers-Nuggets game. In my limited experience of watching him play, I don't know if I have ever seen him so much as smile. He always seemed to be in some kind of pain. I am glad to know he now seems happy playing basketball. They've been saying that Luka is seeming like a little grumpier with the Lakers right now, which is actually a good thing. Like he plays a little bit angry, and he kind of always feels like slighted and like is fighting with somebody. They're feeling like he's back to his old self. Unlike you, Sam, I have often marveled at the accuracy of NBA players' passing ability. We were talking about Jokic and how he could throw it exactly where he wanted. It's crucial, and it is so impressive that they can estimate where a running teammate will be when the pass gets to them. I'm also amazed with the distance they can pass with so little movement of their arms using only their hands and wrists. These are incredible humans we are watching. Mom said, what I should have learned today was the 5 positions and their purposes. I had never heard the job descriptions explained so nicely before. So shouts to you and I guess ultimately August, right?
It was August.
Yeah, that was August. These descriptions seem more relevant in the past when, for instance, a point guard had his hands on the ball during every possession, which is not necessarily true today, which is like a good take from my mom, that the positions are like kind of less relevant. Jokic, and then she said, how tall is he? Brings the ball up, dribbles the ball up when he, not a point guard. Most of the players seem to be able to play most of the positions with the possible exception of center. Looking forward to next time. Love, Mom.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was great. I have 2 little like updatey things are just relevant to some things that we've talked about in the past, in past episodes. The first is a little Jimmy Butler trouble. Right, which I just thought I would bring up, that he's being like sued for damages and unpaid rent at his old apartment, which I don't know what to make of that. I feel like it fits in really well with that narrative, right? That same narrative.
It really does.
Of him being difficult. And it's like, it's not super hard to picture that happening. Not because of him, just that happens in life. And it's also, as you said, very not hard to picture someone being like, I wonder if I can score a few extra $100,000 from...
I'm sure, because... they're probably thinking, this is one possibility. He's gone. He's already starting in a new place. He has millions of dollars, and we're just trying to get 125 out of him.
Yeah. What would he do just to make this go away?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
He's trying to move to a new place.
Right.
Wants to be done here. Yeah. The other little update, poor Mavericks.
Oh, I heard.
What did you hear?
I heard Kyrie Irving tore his ACL and is out for the season.
Yeah.
And I talked briefly with Doug, and then Kylie left me a little message about it. But Doug thinks that the basketball gods are really mad about the trade. And so this is what they're doing.
They also increased their ticket prices.
What?
The Mavericks, I know.
What are they doing? This seems calculated, doesn't it? What are they doing?
Gotta be.
They're trying to move the team.
There. That like so unfathomable that would be the way they would go about it, that it feels fake. But like before they raised ticket prices, Dallas fans had never felt worse about being Dallas fans.
And they only have one Red Lobster in the whole metro area.
Yeah.
Like, what is going to happen in Dallas? No one's going to go there.
No. I know. Maybe that's the key. Maybe they're going to use the increased ticket revenue to open another Red Lobster.
Oh, I bet that's the plan.
Smooth the whole thing over.
That's the plan. They're like, we're going to trade Doncic.
Yeah. Step 1.
And then Red Lobster is going to be huge.
Yeah, going to take over. Really going to take over. Now that he's out of town, the giveaways won't be a problem.
Right.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm glad we figured this out. That's what this podcast is about.
It's all about. And that's like that injury, like at this time of the year, like he's not going to be right next year either.
Really?
Yeah, that's like a long, before he's like full on, I don't know what it's 6 to 9 months kind of thing. Like, yeah, I think he's vegan. Not to blame his health issues on veganism.
I wish DeAndre Jordan was here to talk to us about that.
To defend it. I wonder if he takes vitamin B.
Well, I don't know.
But yeah, there's no way to know.
There's no way to know. You ready to talk about the game?
Okay, I'm ready. Yes.
I watched the Celtics Nuggets game, which I was excited about because it's both of our teams. But again, this is like Sunday Night Showcase. So it was national broadcast. I gotta say, I'm kind of missing my local people. Now, as you know, in the past, I've said Doris and Mike Breen and Richard Jefferson are my number 1 favorites. I moved them over on the spectrum.
Okay.
First of all, Doris looked really pretty. She just looked really nice. She had like this nice shirt on that I liked. I like her hair. She's like 60 and I'm just so impressed by her overall. Like, not just because she looks nice, but she's at the top of her field. I would think ESPN is the goal, right? National broadcaster announcer.
Sure.
And I just think like for a woman to break into that and then be at the top and to be a 60-year-old woman and still respected.
Yeah, I could not agree more.
For them not to be like, you're so old, gross, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're filled with cobwebs.
Right.
They give her a job and a place. Good for her.
Yeah.
Because they could replace her with Abby Chin or Katie Storm.
Yep. Yep, right. And she's got to be good because I'm sure the producers at ESPN would be very happy to have a reason to replace her with someone younger or whatever. And it's like, she's just good.
Yeah. So I'm super impressed.
Is she wearing on you? Is that what you were going to talk about?
No, it's just they were like kind of boring this time.
Okay.
So I shifted them over to the boring side. And Eddie Johnson and Kay Ray are now in my solid center, and Special K and George Blaha. They're like tied for center. That's the Suns and the Pistons announcers. And yeah, it's just 3 in a row.
So we might need to pick some less like we picking these games because they're good games, but you don't care.
No, but I did really want to watch this game because it's the Nuggets and the Celtics. It was like, oh, this is perfect.
Gotcha.
Because it's both of our teams, and then we can fight.
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Okay, so listen, Porzingis was out with a non-COVID related illness. Yeah. What do you think it was? Measles? I heard that's coming back.
I bet he had a tummy ache.
Yep, I bet so. I bet so. Also, it's very cold in Boston, is what they said. And they said about 1,000 times this is a 1 o'clock start. And that is apparently very, very hard, especially on older players.
Weird.
Yeah. I guess they need more warm-up time or something.
I guess. Or like sleep disrupted or something. Was it a Sunday?
It was a Sunday. It was a 1 o'clock Sunday. All right. So this game, like all games, pretty boring.
Yeah.
So quarter 1, Sam Hauser was starting.
Go Sam.
Yeah. High five for Sam. Jokic was limping, but again, they were saying like it's probably this 1 p.m. start. He was like fine during the rest of the game. Yeah. Okay, Denver is finishing up a road trip. This is like a 6-game road trip. They were basically in the Midwest, and then this is their final game. And I wondered, what do they bring with them to like make traveling better?
Wait, do you have any ideas? Or is the experience in a really, really high-end hotel? I'm sure they're not in like a Motel
Holiday
6.
Inn Express.
Yeah. I mean, there go those sponsors. But, you know, if they stay at the Westin in Boston, but like a really, really nice hotel in Boston, that experience is probably quite a bit better.
I'm sure.
Do you think like does Jokic get the same type of room as 12th man, as the two-way player or whatever?
Maybe like after 6 man, you got to share a room.
Right. Yeah. That's the reason you want to start in the NBA, because he snores. I'm not doing that. I wonder, did you watch all of Starting Five? Like the whole?
No, I watched 20 minutes.
They had some footage of like LeBron in hotels, and it looked like a maze, right?
Like an apartment.
Yeah. So I wonder.
Yeah, I bet.
And I guess probably he gets a nicer room and no one worries about it.
I bet he does. I bet it's like in his contract.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll find out someday. Yeah. Okay, tonight at the game, the Nuggets were wearing black quarter zips. So embarrassing. The Celtics were also wearing their black shirt.
Who wore it better?
The Nuggets. Because, well, I mean, Joe Mazzulla always wears it really well. But like the quarter zip, I like it. Hey, there was an update in the middle of quarter 1 that they changed a Horford shot from 2 points to 3 points. I know. Then I wrote, the score is 30-17, Boston. Zeke Naji's playing. Good job, Zeke Naji. Now, I kind of want to make the case of beard being makeup for men. Okay. But here's the thing. Okay. Let me back up. My first game ever, I was like looking around for everything, just like in everything. And then I took a picture of this guy who I was like, who is this guy? And I sent it to Hannah, and it's like, and I was like, who is this person? And so I looked up who was on the coaching staff, because this guy is wearing the same thing as all the coaching staff, the quarter zip. And they have a media page where it's like everybody's picture and name and what they do.
So do they have titles for all these people?
Yeah.
I feel like I did this for the Celtics, and it was like 14 assistant coaches.
Yes.
And like no one else.
So I couldn't find this person. He started popping up other places, and he is like Goldbug to me in the Richard Scarry books, where I'm like, oh, I found him. Yeah. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So then I saw him like in that, when Jokic is making fun of Wemby in the locker room, he's standing right behind Jokic. I was like, there he is again. Who is he? So I went and like looked again, could not find him. Then last night when I was watching the game, something happened and Jokic got cut on the arm. And that guy, Goldbug, he was there with the medical gloves on, cleaning up Jokic. And I was like, okay, this is a little clue. I'm going to start looking for team doctor. No, athletic trainer. And then I found this picture with Jokic and the guy.
Yep.
That's the same guy, right?
I think so.
That picture came from like an article of wherever he went to school. And it was like, look at Jason Miller. He's now an athletic trainer for the Nuggets. And I was like, okay, this is Jason Miller, athletic trainer for the Nuggets. And I Googled that. And then there's two athletic trainers, one with a different name and one with the name Jason Miller. And that picture of that clean shaven man is the same person? The same person. Is that the same person? I think it is.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, so makeup for the face.
It's makeup for men. That's a beard is like makeup for men.
That's a big difference with and without beard.
Yeah. Anyway, so I figured out who he is. It's Jason Miller, Goldbug, trainer.
What do you think is makeup for the face like a good thing?
Yeah. No, it's just like something
To adorn your face.
just like it enhance. I think
I feel like a lot of people who have beards like have them for a reason.
to hide.
A little. Like it's just like a weak chin or like a bad cheekbone situation or something like that. I never thought that I looked like better with a beard. I don't. It's like fun. I think like having facial hair is fun. But I don't think it's better. All right, the beard is makeup for the face. I like it. Good take.
Thanks. It's the same guy. It's definitely the same guy. Okay, well, now that we know that's Jason Miller Goldbug, quarter two, the crowd was subdued, is what the announcer said, and they think it's because of the 1 p.m. start. They commented on a couple times, and they said it's because they think that when it's a 7 o'clock start, you've had a few beers. That's what they said.
1 o'clock starts would not stop Boston people
That's what I was thinking.
from having a few beers.
Like, Lucky's already
Yeah.
drunk at 10.
Yeah, that's how he rolls.
He's like, brunch
Yeah,
at the bar.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe the national broadcasters are out of touch. Like Scal and Drew would know. Okay, I don't know if I sent you this picture, but who made DeAndre this friendship bracelet? I wonder if he has kids. How cute is that friendship bracelet?
He is just huge.
Huge
Just
vegan.
a huge vegan. Yeah, I'm surprised they let him play with that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, get a finger caught in there? That would not.
Right? No.
Maybe it's like tight enough where they don't feel like it's dangerous, but
I'm going to add that to the list of questions I have for him.
yeah.
Yep. The ball got stuck between the rim and the backboard.
Yeah.
And they called it a wedgie. Is that what it's called?
No. No, definitely not.
Okay. Well, they definitely said wedgie.
Yeah, I believe you. I just that's not
Oh, you believe me?
that's not like the term for it.
And then it's quarter three. Okay. Boston was up by 18.
Okay.
Like, there was a point where it looked like it was going to be an embarrassing loss for the Nuggets. Yeah. Spoiler, it was a loss, but not embarrassing. Okay. Jamal Murray was playing really well for the Nuggets, and he fell down and hurt his back and like laid there for a while. But everybody kept playing. And then the announcers were like, the Celtics are going to take advantage of the 5-on-4. Yeah. And I was wondering, like, at what point do they say, like, stop the game, somebody's hurt? Never?
If the other team has the ball when someone gets hurt, it's kind of accepted that you play.
Wow.
I don't know if the refs would stop the game after a basket was scored. If the Celtics had scored on that play, if they would have stopped it. Usually as soon as the team with the hurt person gets the ball back, they just call a timeout.
Okay.
And then they can get a sub in for that person. And sometimes the team will foul.
Yes, and that happened later in the game.
Yeah.
Christian Brown. Yes, this happened again. Okay, so Jamal Murray was down. They kept playing. So he was down for a while, but he did look like he was in a lot of pain. Like it took a minute before he was like playing again. He was okay. But then shortly after, something happens to Strother's knee. Like, I think he kind of landed on it funny. And then according to the announcers, Brown wisely commits an offensive foul to stop the play.
Offensive foul.
That's what they said.
Interesting. I feel like he could have just thrown it at the hoop and then made a defensive foul in case it went in. You know what I mean?
No, but okay.
Well, if they have the ball,
Yes,
there isn't really danger of the other team scoring.
I think because he didn't have the ball, it was like somebody on the Nuggets.
Oh, so he just
and
grabbed.
he went up and punched a guy.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Let's see. Then at the end of quarter three, it's 79-83 Boston. So they closed the gap a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Came back.
Then quarter 4, they got it down to, I think I don't know if the smallest was a 2-point difference or 4. I have 4 written down.
Yeah.
And then Hauser scores a 3 and the crowd went wild.
Great.
And Horford scores with 33 seconds left in the game. The Celtics are up by 7. Then the Celtics won 110 to 103. So considering they were up by 20 at one point, this was a great comeback.
Yeah. Oh, Jamal Murray had a good game.
He's my MVP, spoiler.
Oh, great. And Jokic did. God, he's so good. Just kind of quietly had 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's wild.
Yeah. Jamal Murray's points were almost all in the second half. That's interesting.
Yeah. So they made it close.
Okay, then at the end of the game, I sent you that clip of Al Horford saying something to Jokic.
Did you try to figure it out?
Uh-huh.
What do you think he said?
Okay, hey Jokic, a horse walked into a bar and the bartender said, "Why the long face?"
I think Jokic would have fallen over laughing.
Probably.
Because I bet he's never heard that. Or it doesn't translate.
Horse jokes. We're on to the announcers say.
So.
Oh, we're not? Do you have more?
I just did, these are 2 title contenders, the Celtics and the Nuggets.
Yes.
They're both
number 2. Listen.
Go.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Celtics are number 2 in the East. Nuggets are number 2 in the West.
Yeah.
Well, at least they were before at the start of this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that changes.
I don't know if they still are or not. Oh, wow.
What?
The Lakers have passed the Nuggets.
Of course.
The Lakers are Lakers are 39 and 21, and the Nuggets are 39 and 22. The Nuggets are in a bit of a swoon, aren't they? It says they're 7-3 in their last 10 games, so not that bad.
The Lakers are going to be hard to stop with LeBron and Doncic.
They are. They really are. So what I was looking up, because I was curious about the Celtics winning championship, and the Celtics, people are saying they're not themselves this year. They've been kind of halting and never really had their rhythm. Last year, they were very much like a buzzsaw. They were kind of the best team in the league all year, and they continued to win, and then they won the championship. And this year, it doesn't feel the same. They can't put together a long streak of not just wins, but playing really well. So I was looking at teams' records the year after they won a championship for the last 15 years or something, and it didn't really tell that much of a story. It was most of them were good again, because they're good teams. No one's repeated as champions since 2018, Warriors. So no one's repeated since then. And since then, the champions have been have had the second best record in their conference. The Lakers had the 7th best record in their conference the year after they won. The Bucks had the 3rd best record. The Warriors had the 6th best record. And then last year, the Nuggets had the 2nd best record. And I was just thinking, what would the Celtics, is this regular season predictive in any way of what they're going to do in the postseason? It sort of seems like not really, because the times where teams did repeat, they were also 1st or 2nd. The other thing I looked at was there's a stat called net rating. Basically what it is how far ahead or behind you are on average per 100 possessions.
Okay. So you have the ball 100 times.
Well, it's kind of like an average.
Yeah.
Which takes into account how many shots a team takes per game. If you're a team that plays a lot slower, right, you're going to get ahead by less, right, theoretically. So they do it per possessions to kind of average out how many possessions you get in a season. So it's a proportion. Okay. So if you play 20 games and you total up your score and the other team's score, your point differential would just be the difference in those two numbers after however many games.
Okay.
Then what they do, does that make sense?
Sam, I'm in algebra 2. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Then what they do is they set up basically a proportion and take your point differential and then your total possessions. So let's say you're 20 points better than the other teams over those games and you have 400 possessions. I have no idea if that's a reasonable number or not. You do that division and that would be your point differential, and then they put it in a proportion and they just figure out what that differential is for every 100 possessions. So this stat basically tells how much better or worse you are points wise than the teams you're playing. And over the course of a season, it tells a real story. Of the best net ratings in NBA history, so the teams that were kind of the most better than their opponents in NBA history, the top 10 teams in net rating, not including this year, 8 of them have won championships. So it's a pretty good predictor, right? And if that list has like a lot of teams that are considered the best of all time. There's like the 96 Bulls, the 2017 Warriors, the 97 Bulls, last year's Celtics, the 08 Celtics. And one of the teams that didn't win the title was a Warriors team that had the best regular season record in NBA history. That's the series where Draymond hit LeBron and they lost in 7 games. Okay, so the reason I'm saying all of this is that there are two teams this year, like this season, that are on pace to be in the top 10 ever point differential wise.
My guess. The Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I would think the Celtics.
No.
The Warriors?
No.
Is it the Lakers?
No.
Is it the Nuggets?
No.
I have no idea then.
It's the Cavs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Even I should have gotten that.
Thunder are best in the West. The Cavs are best in the East.
Okay, yeah.
Both of them, if the season finished today, would be in the top 10 of all time.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. And the Thunder,
Whoa.
I think the Thunder would be second all time. This is like a historically dominant team, which does not bode great for the Celtics,
Right.
in terms of repeating. That's what got me down this whole path, was like, what are the chances that they'll repeat? Theoretically, they would have to beat two different teams that are in the top 10 ever for point differential.
Which they could.
I suppose it would like go in the face of some historical trends. Same for the Nuggets. They'd have to knock off two really, really good teams. We'll see.
We'll see.
Thank you for that digression.
Oh, the announcer said. I don't know much because they were kind of boring this time.
Yeah.
Okay, Jokic was limping, and the announcers talk about it, and one of them says, doesn't he always look fatigued? And he says, he always looks like he's moving that wagon a little slow.
What did you think of that?
I was like, maybe he could say caboose.
Nice.
But like, does wagon mean?
No, I mean, but it's pretty.
Never heard that.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, he does kind of look like he's lugging around something, just the way. It just seems hard.
A wagon. It does.
Yeah.
And then just one other thing that says Brown goes inside and throws it down. But I think that was a accidental rhyme.
Yeah. Throws it down is a thing.
He's a poet. He didn't know it. That's it. That's it for the announcer said. And I didn't watch this in fast forward. Like, I watch it in normal speed so I can hear the zany things they say. I guess it must have been the 1 p.m. start.
Right. A little tired.
They were just not as into it. Okay. I'm already at the point where we can play a game.
Good.
Okay. We have this game. It's called Start, Bench, Cut. Okay. So it's pretty obvious, I think. You just have to say who you would start, who you would bench, and who you would cut from your team.
Great.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
3 pretty even players. Yeah. I'm gonna start rock.
Yeah.
I gotta cut paper because it doesn't make sense.
What's it going to do?
Yeah, a rock would go right through paper. And then that leaves scissors for the bench, utility player. Okay, start, bench, cut. Zeppelin, the Beatles, and the Stones.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is going to start fights, I think.
great.
Okay. I'm going to start just like I'm going to cut Zeppelin. I know. I hate Led Zeppelin. I'm sorry.
Is that true?
That's true. I always have.
Have you listened to them?
Yes. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
That's amazing. Okay.
And then I'm going to start, I guess, the Beatles. There's a lot of variety in the Beatles, and I think that they could really do some things. And then I'm going to bench the Stones, even though I think Mick Jagger's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
Oh, gosh. The American way is definitely cut.
Absolutely. That's the right answer.
I don't know. The other two, I don't really care.
Then justice?
The other, I just like, which I guess truth. We probably need truth right now. Maybe I'll start truth. They're both good.
They're both good.
Yeah.
What a great team.
That's on the record. Pro truth, pro justice. Okay. Start, bench, cut. Dog, cat, fish.
I'm going to start the dog. Dog is super eager to get out there, like scoring points. I'm going to cut the fish. What's it going to do? And then the cat's pretty sneaky, so it's perfect for the bench. Always watching.
Wait, are you thinking of this for your basketball team or like life? Because the way you said that, you like really want a dog playing basketball.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about my basketball team.
But it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We made this game up.
This isn't serious.
It's non-binding.
Okay, start, bench, cut. Seinfeld, Cheers, Friends.
I'm gonna start Cheers. It's a classic. I'm going to,
You're not a fan of either?
what, of Seinfeld or Friends?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the middle 3 seasons or 4 seasons, like season 2, 3, 4. I really do like Julia Louis-Dreyfus a lot. I'm going to bench Seinfeld and cut Friends.
Yeah. I think that's probably right.
That was a tough one.
Would have started Seinfeld, but
Okay, ready for a hard one?
yeah.
Okay. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Start Jordan. I think he's the best to ever do it. I think LeBron on the bench and then cut Kareem. Yeah, I feel good about that. Okay, I came up with coffee, bacon, and cheese. I don't know how you feel about cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
All right. I'm going to start coffee. I'm going to bench cheese. I'm going to cut bacon because cheese kind of can go with every meal.
Yeah.
And it's easier to prepare than bacon. Bacon, you have to actually do something. Cheese, you just
grab a brick.
Just eat it.
Go to town. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Great.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I think I'm going to cut liberty because I think it's become a really weird word. I'm going to start life and then the bench will be the pursuit of happiness. Okay, last one. Start, bench, cut. A red-eye flight, river tracing, and smugness.
Oh, that's the hardest one. Okay.
You get to get rid of one, which is good.
I'm going to start the red-eye flight.
It wasn't so bad.
Then is bad.
Okay.
It's always so scary to me, but it wasn't that bad. And then I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to cut river tracing. Like, I hated river tracing. Everyone listening, all 50 people, unless they have been to Taiwan, they don't know what river tracing is. This is a specifically Taiwan thing. Did you know that?
No.
So what it is?
You like walk up a river?
It's like you put on a wetsuit
Yeah.
and you hike up the middle of a river. And it's horrible because you're in a river, which means 2 things.
We get.
One, you can't see the ground. And 2, it's like super rocky and uneven. So like every step, you're like, is this the one that's going to break my ankle? Like I rolled my ankle, both ankles, so many times.
Yeah.
God, it sucks. I don't know why anybody, it's like a thing here that people do.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. So I'm fired up.
I hear you. Okay, that was it. Start, bench, cut. Good game.
Okay, we're at the end. MVP.
MVP. Great.
I put Jamal Murray, which is not funny, but it's true. He played a really good game.
Okay, awesome. I think, why not Sam Hauser? He's never going to get it again. He started. Good job.
LVP. I put 1 p.m. start.
I was going to say the Boston crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, so Boston, pick it up.
Most confusing part was like why nobody stopped when Jamal Murray was like rolling around in pain.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Okay, what'd you learn?
Learned about the points differential. I learned that phrase. So, like, can I explain what it is? No. But I know there is a phrase now called points differential. I also learned that Goldbug named Jason Miller, and he is an athletic trainer for the Nuggets.
Yeah, that was great. I learned that you don't like Led Zeppelin.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we can be friends. Is it too loud? It's too yelly?
Yeah, I just don't like it.
Yeah. Pretty good. Anyway, okay. That's what I learned. Did we do it?
Good job, Sam.
Yeah, good job. Bye. Bye.